Hello everyone, welcome to LAC 1. It is Wednesday, May 18th, so happy Wednesday. Today we are working in Unit 5, Lesson 7, A Midsummer Night's Dream E. So what metaphor does Demetrius use to explain his love for Hermia? Demetrius says to her, "But, my good lord, I want not by what power, but by some power it is my love to Hermia. Melted as the snow seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle god, which in my childhood I did dote upon." So what metaphor is Demetrius using here to explain his love for Hermia? Okay, so this is a metaphor comparing Demetrius, his love, to Hermia, his love for Hermia, to melting snow. Okay, a metaphor is comparing Demetrius's love for Hermia to melting snow. He is saying that his love for her is like a faraway memory, remembrance, faraway memory of a silly toy that he used to love as a child, an idle god, which in my childhood I did dote upon. So he's saying here that his love for Hermia has melted like the snow, and that his love for her is like a faraway memory of a silly toy that he used to love as a child. So basically his love for her is gone, right? Because he loves Helena now. Okay. So here's our calendar for LAC 1 this week. Reading Plus week 14 in the grade book. Monday, we finished up lesson 6 and we viewed Act 3. Yesterday, we started lesson 7 and we read Act 4. Today, we are going to finish lesson 7 and we're going to discuss and view Act 4. Tomorrow, we will complete lesson 9 and we'll read Act 5. And Friday, we'll start lesson 10 and view Act 5. So Unit 5, Lesson 5.07, lesson goals. By the end of the 5.07 lesson, students will be able to read A Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 4, Scenes 1 and 2, and participate in a discussion about A Midsummer Night's Dream. Today's plan, Unit 5, Lesson 5.07, A Midsummer Night's Dream E, Act 4. We're going to finish this up today. It is due today, May 18th. And there are 2 parts, learn and practice. You should have completed learn yesterday. If you haven't completed learn yet, you'll do that today. And today we are going to complete practice. So for our guided lesson, we're going to watch and review Act 4. And then for independent work time, you'll complete practice and you'll work in Reading Plus. All right, so if you haven't yet, you need to read and listen to Act 4. So here are the text links for the interactive Act 4, Scene 1 and Act 4, Scene 2. You can, of course, also use the PDF version of the text, which has the side-by-side original version of the text and the modern translated version of the text to read. The audiobook link is here as well. And if you listen to Act 4, Scene 1 starts right around the 1 hour 16-minute mark, and Act 4, Scene 2 starts right around the 1 hour 27-minute mark. Okay, so if you need to read and listen to Act 4, you can get that done today. If you need to finish this up from yesterday, you can finish this up today. All right, so A Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 4, Scene 1 summary. The link for that is here. So after being doted on by her fairy servants, Bottom falls asleep with Titania in her hideaway. As they sleep, Oberon and Robin arrive. Oberon tells Robin how he used the spell to make Titania give him the changeling boy. With that disagreement solved, he lifts the love spell using the antidote, and Titania wakes no longer in love with Bottom. Robin removes the donkey head from Bottom, who continues to sleep. Oberon and Titania resolve to visit the wedding of Theseus and Hippolyta to bless their marriage. Meanwhile, Theseus and Hippolyta are headed out to join a hunt. Along with Aegeus, they stumble upon the four lovers asleep in the forest. The lovers don't understand why they're there or what has happened to them, but Lysander is back in love with Hermia, and Demetrius is in love with Helena, as he had been before. Theseus declares that these two couples will be married along with him and Hippolyta in a triple wedding. Nearby, Bottom awakes and wonders at the strange dream he seems to have had. And so A Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 4, Scene 2 summary is, the link is here. At Quince's house, the mechanicals prepare for their performance. They are wondering what happened to Bottom, as they have not seen him since the previous night. Snug mentions that he heard two additional couples are going to be married at the feast with the Duke and Duchess that evening. Bottom arrives, and the men are relieved. They want to hear where he's been, but he tells them that they must hurry to the palace for their performance. So here's our storyboard for Act 4, Scenes 1 and 2. So first, two spells are lifted, and the dispute between Titania and Oberon is resolved. And then the Duke and the Duchess find the four lovers in the woods, and they say, okay, you guys can get married with us. Then a restored Bottom arrives to save the play. Oops. Okay, so we are going to watch Act 4. Okay, Act 4 in the video, Rice University. if you go into the video, Act 4 starts right around an hour and 5 minutes in, and it ends right around an hour and 17 minutes. Okay, so you'll click on that link, watch Act 4. Here's the timestamps there. You can pause this video so that you can do that now. All right, so after you have watched Act 4, thoughts and reactions. What did you think? What are your reactions? All right, comprehension check 1. What happens between Oberon and Titania? What happens between Oberon and Titania in Act 4? A, Titania breaks the spell with her own power and sends Bottom away. B, Titania decides to stay with Bottom and ignore Oberon. C, Titania gives Oberon the boy and he removes the spell from her eyes. D, Oberon decides he doesn't need the boy and he releases Titania from the spell. All right, if you said C, whoops, you are correct. Titania, what happens between Oberon and Titania in Act 4? Titania gives Oberon the boy and he removes the spell from her eyes. Oops. All right, comprehension check 2. What happens to the 4 lovers? What happens to the 4 lovers? Lysander, Hermia, Demetrius, and Helena. A, Theseus says they can all get married at the same time he marries Hippolyta. B, Theseus is concerned because of their strange stories of fairies in the woods, and he sends them home to rest. C, Hermia's father insists that she marry Demetrius no matter what happened in the woods. D, they decide to live in the woods forever. All right, if you said A, you are correct. All right, so Theseus says they can all get married at the same time he marries Hippolyta. So Lysander and Hermia are back in love with each other. They're going to get married like they wanted to in the first place. Helena is still in love with Demetrius. That never changed. But now Demetrius is in love with Helena, and they are going to get married. All right, dreams are referred to throughout the play. We have Hermia talking about dreams here in this passage, Bottom talking about his dream in this passage, and Demetrius talking about dreams in this passage. So take a minute now to read through those on your own. All right, so Hermia, she's talking about she wakes up and she's talking about her dream that she had. Bottom wakes up and he talks about his dream that he had, or that he thought he had. And Demetrius says, "Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream." So he's still kind of in this dreamlike state, right? Not even sure if he's awake or still asleep and dreaming. So dreams or reality? What is the purpose of dreams in the play? What is the purpose of dreams in the play? Do the dreams reveal themes? Do they advance the plot? Or are they individuals' interpretation of reality? What is the purpose of dreams in the play? All right, do the dreams reveal themes, advance the plot, or are they individuals' interpretation of reality? Well, all three, really. If you said all three, you are correct. Okay? So the purpose of dreams in the play, they reveal themes. They help to advance the plot, right? Move the story forward. And they also are individuals' interpretation of reality. If we look back at our passages here, Hermia's dream reveals a theme of, people falling in and out of love, right? That love is a little bit fickle, and it can, people can be quick to fall in and out of love, right? Bottom's passage is his individual's interpretation of reality, right? And Demetrius, his quote dream or dreamlike state advances the plot forward, right? Because if he is not in this, under this love potion spell to fall in love with Helena, then he doesn't get married to her. So that helps, his dream or dreamlike state helps to advance the plot, move the story forward. So it's really all three. So lots of dreams in the play, and there's purposes for them. All right, Unit 5, Lesson 5.07. Finish reading and listening to A Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 4, if you need to. And then also complete Learn if you haven't yet. Complete the practice part of the online lesson. Whatever you don't get done during class, please finish for homework. When you're done, you can complete a lesson in Reading Plus. Okay, use the Unit 5 help video if you need to. All right, today's tasks and homework, Unit 5, Lesson 7. So finish Act 4 of the play and complete all parts of the online lesson. Also complete your reading lesson for today. All right, have a wonderful Wednesday. Bye.